Jerusalem, a city steeped in centuries of history, faith, and conflict, has become the focal point of an extraordinary celestial event. Witnesses claim to have seen an awe-inspiring appearance of Jesus Christ and radiant angels in the skies above the ancient city. This breathtaking phenomenon has sent ripples across the world, igniting hope among believers, curiosity in skeptics, and even fear in those concerned about its implications for a region already fraught with tension. But why Jerusalem? What makes this city the stage for such a divine spectacle? Is this merely a rare natural phenomenon, or does it carry a deeper, spiritual significance? For Christians, Jesus represents more than a historical figure. He is the foundation of their faith, the embodiment of love and sacrifice, and the ultimate connection between humanity and the divine. Yet, the appearance of Jesus, accompanied by angels like Archangel Michael, known as the protector of God's people, raises profound questions. Could this be a sign, a warning, or perhaps a call to action? Before we unravel this mystery, let's explore the rich spiritual context surrounding Jerusalem and why this celestial event holds such symbolic power. Stay with us as we dive deeper into this story, uncover hidden meanings, and reflect on what this could mean for all of us. And before we move forward, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell to join us on this journey of discovery. Let's uncover the truth together. Jesus Christ stands at the very center of the Christian faith, embodying its core beliefs and offering hope to billions worldwide. For Christians, Jesus is not just a historical figure, but the Son of God, sent to earth with a divine mission of redemption and salvation. His life, death, and resurrection are the ultimate expressions of God's love and the fulfillment of His promise to humanity. In Christian theology, Jesus is the perfect embodiment of love, grace, and selflessness. His teachings emphasize compassion, forgiveness, and the transformative power of loving others. Through His parables and actions, He demonstrated how to care for the marginalized, uplift the brokenhearted, and bring hope to the hopeless. His message was revolutionary, challenging societal norms and emphasizing that every individual has inherent worth in the eyes of God. One of the most profound aspects of Jesus' significance lies in His sacrificial death on the cross. Christians believe that, through His crucifixion, Jesus bore the sins of humanity, offering a path to reconciliation with God. His resurrection, celebrated during Easter, is seen as the ultimate victory over sin and death, affirming the promise of eternal life to all who believe. This act of grace, a gift freely given, forms the foundation of Christian faith and inspires countless acts of transformation and redemption. Beyond His role as Savior, Jesus is seen as the bridge between humanity and God. Having lived as a man, He understands human struggles, yet His divine nature gives Him the power to guide and redeem. This unique duality makes Him a source of comfort, a mediator who invites believers to bring their burdens to Him. Through Jesus, Christians find a personal connection to God, a relationship based on trust, love, and faith. Jesus' life and teachings continue to serve as a model for living. His humility, unwavering faith, and radical love challenge believers to rise above anger and resentment, choosing forgiveness and kindness even in the face of adversity. His call to love your enemies and turn the other cheek is as relevant today as it was 2 millennia ago, urging individuals to embrace empathy and reconciliation in a divided world. The image of Jesus surrounded by angels, as reported in Jerusalem, evokes profound spiritual reflection. For Christians, such an event would signify divine presence and a powerful reminder of God's ongoing work in the world. The appearance of Archangel Michael, a figure deeply respected for his role as a protector and defender of God's people, adds layers of meaning to this vision. Michael is often associated with spiritual warfare and the defense of truth, reminding believers to remain steadfast in their faith amidst challenges. While interpretations of celestial events like this vary, they underscore the enduring significance of Jesus in the lives of His followers. These moments of divine mystery invite reflection on the deeper truths of faith, urging believers to consider how Jesus' teachings of love, forgiveness, and unity can guide them in their daily lives. Jesus' presence transcends time, culture, and circumstance. His life and message remain a source of inspiration, challenging individuals and communities to pursue justice, peace, and compassion. In a world marked by division and uncertainty, the call to follow his example feels more urgent than ever. As we reflect on the profound significance of Jesus in Christian faith, we are reminded of his role as a guiding light for billions. His life invites us to explore our own journeys of faith, to seek a deeper connection with God, and to find hope in the promise of redemption. Archangel Michael occupies a profound place in biblical tradition and Christian theology as one of the most revered and powerful celestial beings. His name, meaning who is like God, in Hebrew, embodies his role as a defender of divine authority and protector of God's people. In the Bible, Michael is depicted as a warrior, leader, and servant of God, whose actions reflect the ongoing cosmic battle between good and evil. The book of Daniel introduces Michael as a guardian and a protector of Israel. In Daniel 10 verse 13, he is described as one of the chief princes who comes to the aid of a heavenly messenger struggling against the prince of Persia, a representation of spiritual opposition. Later, in Daniel 12 verse 1, Michael is portrayed as the great prince who stands watch over God's people during times of great tribulation. This role underscores his significance as a defender of righteousness and a guardian of the faithful in times of spiritual and earthly conflict. Michael's role as a warrior is further highlighted in the New Testament, particularly in the book of Revelation. In Revelation 12 verses 7 to 9, a dramatic vision unfolds, showing Michael leading the armies of heaven against the dragon, identified as Satan, and his fallen angels. The passage vividly describes Michael's victory, with the dragon being cast out of heaven. This imagery not only underscores Michael's role as a protector, but also symbolizes the ultimate triumph of good over evil. His actions in this cosmic battle serve as a source of hope for believers, reminding them of God's sovereignty and the promise of ultimate justice. Beyond his martial role, Michael is also seen as a figure of guidance and intercession. While the Bible does not provide extensive details about his interactions with individuals, his presence is often interpreted as a sign of God's intervention and care. In Jude 1 verse 9, Michael appears in a unique and mysterious context, contending with the devil over the body of Moses. Though the details of this event remain enigmatic, it reflects Michael's role as a protector of sacred purposes and a figure deeply involved in the divine plan. In Christian tradition, Michael's role extends beyond the biblical text, becoming a symbol of spiritual resilience and divine protection. Throughout centuries, he has been venerated as a patron saint of soldiers, police officers, and those in need of courage and defense. Churches, shrines, and feast days dedicated to Michael often emphasize his role as a guardian and a source of strength for the faithful. The depiction of Michael as a leader in spiritual warfare resonates deeply with Christians, offering a sense of hope and assurance in the face of challenges. His victories against evil forces reflect the ongoing struggle that believers experience in their lives, whether through personal trials, societal challenges, or spiritual battles. Michael's example serves as a reminder that God's power is greater than any opposition, and that the faithful are never alone in their struggles. The presence of Michael in biblical accounts also emphasizes the broader concept of angelic beings as messengers and agents of God's will. Angels, in Christian theology, serve as intermediaries between heaven and earth, carrying out divine purposes and offering protection and guidance to humanity. Michael, as an archangel, stands at the pinnacle of this hierarchy, embodying the strength, loyalty, and unwavering dedication to God's mission that all angels are called to represent. Michael's role has also been explored in apocryphal and extra-biblical texts, where he is often depicted as a leader among angels and a key figure in eschatological events. While these writings are not considered canonical, they contribute to a richer understanding of Michael's character and significance in religious tradition. For instance, in the Book of Enoch, Michael is one of the 4 archangels who stand before God, tasked with addressing the corruption brought about by fallen angels. This portrayal reinforces his role as a protector of righteousness and an enforcer of divine justice. The legacy of Michael extends beyond Christian scripture and tradition, as he is also recognized in other Abrahamic religions. In Islam, Michael, MK with Makronel, is one of the four archangels, tasked with providing nourishment and sustenance to humanity. His presence across religious traditions underscores the universal themes of divine protection, justice, and guidance. In contemporary Christianity, devotion to Michael often centers on his ability to inspire courage and faith. His feast day, celebrated on September 29th in the Western Christian calendar as part of the Feast of Saints Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael, is a time for believers to reflect on the ongoing spiritual battle and their reliance on God's strength. Prayers to Michael, such as the well-known Prayer to Saint Michael the Archangel, are recited as a plea for protection against evil and a reaffirmation of faith in God's power. The biblical accounts of Michael remind Christians of the unseen spiritual realities that influence the world. They invite believers to view their lives through the lens of faith, recognizing the divine presence and support available to them in every circumstance. Whether in moments of personal struggle or broader societal challenges, Michael's example as a steadfast warrior and servant of God offers hope, encouragement, and a call to trust in God's ultimate victory. In a world filled with uncertainty and conflict, the figure of Archangel Michael remains a beacon of strength and reassurance. His story serves as a reminder that, no matter how formidable the opposition, God's protection and justice prevail. Through Michael, Christians find a powerful symbol of divine care and the enduring promise of salvation. Throughout history, Archangel Michael has been revered not only as a celestial figure in sacred texts, but also as an active participant in the lives of believers. Numerous accounts, both legendary and documented, detail his miraculous appearances and interventions, leaving an indelible mark on Christian faith and tradition. These historical encounters reveal Michael's enduring role as a protector, guide, and warrior, bridging the spiritual and earthly realms. One of the earliest and most famous accounts of Michael's intervention is tied to the sanctuary on Monte Sant'Angelo in Gargano, Italy. According to tradition, in the late 5th century, a local herdsman discovered that his bull had wandered into a cave. When he attempted to retrieve the animal, a divine apparition of Michael occurred, instructing him to dedicate the cave to God's worship. This event marked the establishment of the sanctuary of Monte Sant'Angelo, one of the oldest and most revered shrines dedicated to Michael. Over centuries, the sanctuary became a pilgrimage site, with many attributing miraculous healings and divine protection to Michael's intercession there. Another significant encounter occurred during the 6th century in Rome. Tradition holds that in 590 AD, the city was ravaged by a deadly plague. As Pope Gregory I led a procession through the streets, seeking divine intervention, Michael appeared atop the mausoleum of Hadrian, sheathing his sword as a sign that the plague had ended. This miraculous vision led to the renaming of the mausoleum as Castel Sant'Angelo, a name it retains to this day. The event is often cited as a testament to Michael's role as a guardian in times of crisis, bringing comfort and hope to the afflicted. In France, Michael's presence is celebrated at Mont Saint-Michel, an iconic abbey built on a rocky tidal island. According to legend, Michael appeared to Saint Aubert, the Bishop of Avranches, in 708 AD, instructing him to construct a church in his honor. Despite initial hesitation, Aubert eventually complied, and Mont Saint-Michel became one of the most famous pilgrimage sites in Europe. The abbey's dramatic location and architectural grandeur continue to inspire awe and devotion, symbolizing Michael's heavenly authority and connection to the divine. Michael's historical interventions were not confined to Europe. Across cultures and continents, his presence has been associated with divine protection and military victories. During the Battle of Monte Gargano in 663 AD, Michael is said to have appeared to the Lombard Duke Grimoald, ensuring his victory against the Byzantine forces. This event reinforced Michael's reputation as a heavenly warrior who intervenes in earthly conflicts to uphold justice and righteousness. In Eastern Christianity, Michael is deeply venerated for his role in miracles and protection. One of the most celebrated accounts is the miracle of Coney, commemorated in the Orthodox Church. According to tradition, a pagan ruler sought to destroy a Christian sanctuary dedicated to Michael by diverting a river to flood it. In response to prayers from a faithful believer named Archippus, Michael appeared and struck the ground with his staff, causing the river to flow into a chasm and sparing the sanctuary. This miracle underscores Michael's role as a defender of the faithful and a guardian of sacred spaces. During the Middle Ages, Michael's association with knights and warriors grew stronger. He became the patron saint of chivalry and protector of those who fought for righteousness. Many medieval soldiers invoked his name before battles, believing in his divine assistance against their enemies. This connection extended to the Crusades, where Michael was often invoked as a heavenly ally in the fight to reclaim the Holy Land. Michael's appearances were not limited to acts of war or crisis. In many accounts, he is described as a gentle guide, leading souls to heaven and offering comfort to the dying. This role is particularly highlighted in Christian eschatology, where Michael is often depicted as weighing souls in the balance during the final judgment. His portrayal as a psychopomp, a guide of souls, reinforces his role as a mediator between the earthly and divine realms, providing hope and assurance to believers. The devotion to Michael continued to flourish during the Renaissance and Baroque periods, inspiring countless works of art, literature, and music. Artists like Raphael, Guido Reni, and others immortalized Michael's image as a celestial warrior, often depicted with a sword and scales, symbolizing his role in spiritual warfare and judgment. These artistic representations not only captured his majesty, but also served as reminders of his protective presence in the lives of believers. In modern times, Michael's role has expanded to include patronage over those who serve and protect, such as police officers, firefighters, and military personnel. His image is often invoked in prayers for safety and courage, reflecting the timeless relevance of his role as a protector. The prayer to Saint Michael the Archangel, written by Pope Leo XIII in 1886, remains a widely recited invocation for protection against evil. Historical accounts of Michael's appearances and interventions also highlight the universality of his mission. His presence is not limited to any single denomination or tradition, but resonates across various branches of Christianity, from the Orthodox Church to Catholicism and even among Protestant communities. Michael's significance as a protector and warrior remains central to the Christian understanding of spiritual warfare and divine justice. The enduring legacy of Archangel Michael in history is a testament to the profound impact of faith and the belief in divine intervention. Whether through miraculous healings, guidance during crises, or inspiration in art and culture, Michael's presence continues to inspire devotion and awe. These historical encounters remind believers of the unseen spiritual forces at work in their lives and the assurance of divine protection in the face of adversity. In a world often marked by uncertainty and conflict, the historical encounters with Michael serve as powerful reminders of God's unwavering care for humanity. His role as a warrior, guide, and protector transcends time, offering hope and encouragement to those who seek his intercession. Through Michael, believers find a tangible connection to the divine, a source of strength in their struggles, and a promise of ultimate victory over the forces of darkness. Throughout history, Archangel Michael has been recognized not only as a mighty warrior in spiritual battles, but also as a protector, guide, and source of divine intervention. His appearances across different cultures and historical events reflect the timeless nature of his role as a defender of faith and protector of the righteous. From ancient scriptures to more recent accounts, Michael has made his presence known during critical moments, offering protection, guidance, and even miracles. Let us delve into some of the most prominent historical encounters with this powerful archangel, exploring his profound impact on the lives of those he encountered. The role of Archangel Michael in the Bible. To understand the significance of Michael's historical appearances, we first need to explore his biblical role. As the leader of the heavenly host, Michael is often depicted as a warrior, fighting against the forces of evil. In the book of Daniel, Michael is referred to as a protector of Israel, and his intervention is pivotal in several biblical stories. He is seen as the defender against the spiritual forces that seek to harm God's people, and his battles are symbolic of the eternal struggle between good and evil. Michael's most notable biblical appearances occur in the book of Daniel, where he helps the prophet Daniel understand visions, and in the book of Revelation, where he leads the armies of heaven in the final battle against the forces of darkness. However, beyond these sacred texts, Michael's historical appearances are woven into the fabric of human history. His encounters with key figures and communities have left lasting marks on the spiritual and physical world. These encounters, often miraculous, show the archangel's deep involvement in guiding nations, protecting individuals, and even changing the course of history. Joan of Arc and the 100 Years' War. One of the most famous historical encounters with Archangel Michael occurred during the tumultuous period of the 100 Years' War, a series of conflicts between France and England from 1337 to 1453. In the early 15th century, a young peasant girl named Joan of Arc rose to prominence, claiming to have received visions and messages from Archangel Michael. Among others, at the age of 13, Joan began experiencing divine revelations in which Archangel Michael appeared to her and instructed her to help the Dauphin, Charles VII, reclaim his throne from the English. Michael's guidance was pivotal in her mission. Joan's leadership, inspired by these heavenly visions, led to a series of victories for the French army, including the lifting of the Siege of Orleans in 1429. This victory proved to be a turning point in the war, as it revitalized the French cause and helped Charles VII secure his coronation as the King of France. Joan's belief in the divine messages she received from Archangel Michael and other saints was unshakable, and her victories were attributed to the guidance and protection of the Archangel. Despite her eventual capture and execution by the English, Joan's legacy as a martyr and a saint continues to this day. Her story is a testament to the powerful influence of Archangel Michael in guiding individuals and shaping the course of history. Joan of Arc's unwavering faith in the Archangel's intervention led her to accomplish what many thought was impossible, uniting a nation in the face of overwhelming odds. The Plague of Rome and the intervention of Archangel Michael. Another remarkable encounter with Archangel Michael took place in the heart of the Roman Empire during the 6th century. In the midst of one of the deadliest pandemics in history, the Plague of Justinian. This plague, which began in 541 AD, devastated the Byzantine Empire, causing widespread death and panic. As the plague continued to ravage the population, the people of Rome found themselves desperate for hope and divine intervention. In 590 AD, Pope Gregory I, later known as Gregory the Great, prayed fervently for the end of the plague. According to tradition, during a procession of prayer, Pope Gregory witnessed a miraculous vision. Standing atop the mausoleum of Hadrian, Gregory saw Archangel Michael, resplendent in glory, descending from heaven. The archangel sheathed his sword as a sign of peace, and the plague, which had taken such a toll on the city, began to subside. This vision was interpreted as a divine act of mercy, and the angel's appearance was seen as a sign that God had answered the prayers of the people. To commemorate this event, a church was built on the site of the vision, known as the Castel Sant'Angelo, which stands to this day as a symbol of Archangel Michael's intervention during the plague. This miraculous encounter reinforced Michael's role as a protector, not only of individuals but of entire nations during times of great crisis. The role of Archangel Michael in the defense of Jerusalem. Throughout history, Archangel Michael has also been deeply tied to the defense of Jerusalem. As one of the most sacred cities in the world, Jerusalem has been a focal point of religious conflict for centuries. Its significance in Christianity, Judaism, and Islam has made it a battleground for various powers, each seeking control over its holy sites. Archangel Michael's role in defending Jerusalem has been recorded in various religious traditions, and his protection over the city is believed to have been crucial during several key historical moments. During the Crusades, particularly in the 12th century, Michael's intervention was invoked by the Christian armies, who believed that his protection was essential in reclaiming Jerusalem from Muslim rule. The Crusaders, led by figures such as Richard the Lionheart, often saw their victories as signs of divine favor, with Archangel Michael being seen as their heavenly protector and guide. His name and image were invoked before battles, and many soldiers carried symbols of Michael into battle, believing his strength and protection would ensure their success. Though Jerusalem ultimately fell under Muslim rule again after the Crusades, the influence of Archangel Michael remained a strong presence in the religious and spiritual traditions associated with the city. His role in defending Jerusalem and protecting the faithful throughout history has cemented his place as a key figure in the spiritual protection of this holy city. Archangel Michael's appearances are not limited to the pages of the Bible or the stories of history's most significant figures. Over the centuries, countless other miraculous encounters have been recorded in which the archangel intervened in the lives of ordinary people, performing miracles, offering protection, and guiding believers in moments of peril. These occurrences span different continents, cultures, and religious traditions, but all share a common thread: Michael's divine presence, as a protector and guide, has a profound impact on the lives of those who experience it. In this section, we explore some of the most remarkable and impactful of these appearances, shedding light on how Archangel Michael continues to shape the spiritual experiences of people around the world. The apparition in Ecuador, a divine intervention in times of crisis. In the early 20th century, the country of Ecuador experienced an event that would become an iconic part of its spiritual history: the appearance of Archangel Michael in the town of Loya. The story begins with a man named Francisco, a humble farmer from the region, who was facing great hardship. The local area was in turmoil, suffering from political instability and economic distress, and the population was deeply troubled by the uncertainty of their future. It was during this period of unrest that Francisco had a transformative vision. One evening, as he prayed for divine intervention, Francisco was graced with the appearance of Archangel Michael. The archangel appeared in a radiant light, surrounded by a heavenly host of angels. Michael's presence was described as both awe-inspiring and comforting, and he spoke directly to Francisco, offering him words of encouragement and a sense of peace. According to Francisco, the archangel assured him that he would be protected, not only from the immediate dangers, but also in the long term, as he navigated the challenges facing the region. This apparition had a profound effect on Francisco, who found the courage to confront the oppressive political forces in his community. He began to spread the word about the vision he had received, and soon others came forward with similar stories of divine encounters with Archangel Michael. It is said that the miraculous events, coupled with the prayers of the community, led to an end to the unrest and an era of peace in the region. The people of Loya built a chapel to honor Archangel Michael, and it remains a place of pilgrimage to this day. This appearance of Archangel Michael in Ecuador serves as a powerful reminder of the archangel's role as a protector, not only in times of physical danger, but also during times of political, social, and spiritual upheaval. The story of Francisco and his encounter with the archangel continues to inspire believers in the region and beyond, reinforcing the message that divine intervention is always available to those who call upon it in faith. The miraculous healings in Mexico. Michael's intervention in the face of illness. In another part of Latin America, the archangel's healing powers have been witnessed on several occasions. The small town of San Miguel de Allende in Mexico became the site of one such miraculous event in the 19th century. This time, the apparition of Archangel Michael was not to one individual, but to an entire community that had been struggling with a widespread illness. A sudden and virulent outbreak of disease struck San Miguel, causing panic among the residents. People were falling ill at an alarming rate, and there seemed to be no relief in sight. As the epidemic worsened, the townspeople turned to their faith for solace. It was during a prayer service in the town's central church that a member of the congregation, a woman named Rosa, was graced with a vision of Archangel Michael. According to Rosa, the archangel appeared in the church, surrounded by a divine light. He spoke directly to the congregation, instructing them to place their trust in God and assuring them that the illness would soon be vanquished. Michael promised that anyone who followed the path of faith and trust in the divine would be healed. In the days following the apparition, the town saw a dramatic shift. The spread of the illness began to slow, and many who had been suffering from the disease made full recoveries. The town credited Archangel Michael's intervention with the end of the epidemic. To commemorate this miraculous event, the people of San Miguel de Allende erected a statue of Archangel Michael in the town square. The statue depicts Michael as a powerful figure, holding a sword aloft, symbolizing both the archangel's strength and his divine protection. To this day, the people of San Miguel continue to honor Archangel Michael with annual festivals and prayers for health and prosperity, believing in the lasting power of his intervention. This event illustrates Michael's role as a healer and protector, providing not only physical protection but also emotional and spiritual solace in times of illness and distress. For the residents of San Miguel, the miracle serves as a testament to the power of faith and the continuing presence of Archangel Michael in the lives of the faithful. The Vision in France, a message of hope during World War II. One of the most remarkable encounters with Archangel Michael occurred during the darkest days of World War II. In the midst of the global conflict, which saw millions of lives lost and much of Europe devastated, a vision of Archangel Michael brought hope and solace to a small town in France. The town of Mont Saint-Michel, located on a rocky island off the Normandy coast, was an ancient pilgrimage site dedicated to Archangel Michael. The abbey on the island had withstood centuries of invasion and conflict, and during the Second World War, it was seen as a symbol of resilience and hope. In 1942, as Nazi forces occupied much of France, the people of Mont Saint-Michel were fearful for their safety and uncertain about the future. It was during this time of fear and turmoil that several residents of the town reported experiencing a vision of Archangel Michael. The archangel appeared in radiant light, standing above the abbey, and delivered a message of hope and protection. According to the accounts, Michael assured the people that they would not fall to the invaders, and that divine intervention would protect their home. Remarkably, the town of Mont Saint-Michel was never captured by Nazi forces. Despite being located in a strategic area, the archangel's appearance was seen by many as a miraculous sign of divine protection. The residents of the town believed that Archangel Michael had kept his promise, shielding them from the ravages of war. In the years that followed, Mont Saint-Michel became a symbol of faith and resilience for the French people, with many making pilgrimages to the island to honor the archangel and seek his protection. The vision of Archangel Michael in Mont Saint-Michel during World War II reinforced his role as a guardian and protector during times of war and conflict. His message of hope continues to inspire those who face adversity, reminding believers that even in the darkest times, divine protection is always within reach. The global impact of Michael's apparitions. The miraculous appearances of Archangel Michael have left a lasting impact on believers worldwide. From the town of Loya in Ecuador to Mont Saint-Michel in France, the Archangel's presence continues to inspire faith, offer protection, and provide comfort to those who seek his guidance. These encounters, often occurring during times of crisis, reveal the deep and abiding love that Archangel Michael has for humanity and his unwavering commitment to offering help in times of need. Through his appearances, Michael reinforces the message that God's protection and intervention are not limited by time, place, or circumstance. His actions in the lives of individuals and communities are a testament to the enduring power of faith and the reality of the divine realm working in harmony with the earthly realm. For those who have witnessed these miracles, Archangel Michael serves as both a reminder of God's love and a symbol of the spiritual strength that believers can call upon in their times of greatest need. The miraculous appearances of Archangel Michael offer us profound spiritual lessons that transcend the details of each individual encounter. These stories, whether they are of divine protection, healing, or guidance, are not just isolated events. They speak to deeper truths about the nature of faith, divine intervention, and the spiritual resilience of humanity. As we reflect on these extraordinary occurrences, we are invited to consider what they teach us about our own lives, our connection with the divine, and the ways in which we seek strength during times of uncertainty. One of the most striking lessons from these stories is the ever-present nature of divine assistance. The consistent theme across all of Michael's appearances is that the archangel is always ready to come to the aid of those who are in need. In moments of crisis, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual, Archangel Michael's presence is a reminder that we are never truly alone. His role as a protector and guide reflects the broader truth that divine help is available to all who call upon it in faith. Just as the townspeople in Ecuador, Mexico, or France turned to Archangel Michael in their darkest hours, we too are reminded that seeking spiritual assistance during challenging times is not a sign of weakness but of strength and faith. Another significant lesson is the importance of trust in the divine plan. Throughout the accounts of Michael's appearances, the individuals involved often experienced moments of doubt and fear before receiving divine intervention. Yet, after their encounters, they emerged with a renewed sense of purpose, peace, and conviction. The archangel's messages are clear: trust in God's timing and in the process of divine providence. In our own lives, we may not always understand why certain events happen or why we face particular challenges. But the stories of Michael's intervention remind us to trust that there is a greater plan at work, one that transcends our immediate understanding. This trust allows us to face adversity with courage and perseverance, knowing that we are part of a larger, divine story. The impact of Michael's appearances also highlights the significance of faith in action. While divine intervention is often the catalyst for these miracles, it is also the faith of the individuals involved that makes these moments possible. In many of these encounters, people not only received guidance and protection, but also took active steps to share their experiences and build communities of faith. They spread the message of divine love and protection, becoming living testaments to the power of faith. This calls on us to live out our own faith, not only in moments of personal crisis, but in our everyday lives. True faith is not passive. It is a living, dynamic force that seeks to serve others, promote peace, and spread hope. Michael's example as a warrior of light reminds us that we too are called to stand firm in our beliefs and advocate for what is good and just, regardless of the challenges we may face. Furthermore, these miraculous events teach us about the power of community and collective prayer. In each story, the divine intervention often came in the context of a community coming together in prayer, petition, and faith. Whether it was a town gathered in worship or a group of individuals supporting one another, the act of uniting in faith amplified the impact of Michael's intervention. This suggests that our faith is not only an individual journey but also a communal one. We are meant to support one another in our spiritual quests, coming together in moments of need to uplift and encourage each other. The collective power of prayer, combined with individual faith, creates an environment in which miracles can manifest and where the divine presence is more fully realized. Lastly, Archangel Michael's appearances remind us of the enduring presence of the divine in the world. Even in an age where technology and scientific advancements often overshadow spiritual matters, these stories serve as a testament to the reality of the spiritual realm. They challenge us to look beyond the material world and to recognize that there is a higher reality at work, one that is filled with love, light, and protection. In times of doubt or fear, these stories encourage us to seek out the divine in our lives, to trust in the unseen forces that guide and protect us, and to remain open to the possibility of miraculous intervention. As we reflect on the teachings of Archangel Michael and his appearances throughout history, we are reminded that faith is not a passive belief but an active engagement with the divine. It is a reminder that we are always supported by forces greater than ourselves, and that in our darkest moments, the light of divine protection and guidance is always available. By embracing these lessons and living with faith, trust, and love, we can face the challenges of life with courage and hope, knowing that we are never truly alone.